Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael. I am a German writer, editor and hobby DJ reacting to new music videos, or at least bands, artists and music videos that are new to me. At the moment, we are on the finish line of this year's Eurovision Song Contest, or at least of my journey of the Eurovision Song Contest 2025. I did so many music video reactions to the Eurovision lately. We had so many great ones: Greece, Italy, Ukraine. We had some underdogs like Georgia, Lithuania, Albania. We had funny ones like Finland. We had pinky ones from from Luxembourg, I think it was. And my favorite from Estonia. It's a very long list. It's a very long list of very cool artists this year. And unfortunately, due to like private calendar reasons, I cannot react to every single participant of this year. But I think we did like 90% of them. So I was thinking like, what are the artists, or how do I decide which artist I still implement in my reaction channel here? And first of all, I checked the recommendations. That's, for example, how I found Lithuania, which I actually enjoyed a lot. Then I checked thumbnails and click numbers, which is not like stands not for quality, but stands for the interest of people, let's say. Or maybe the thumbnail was eye-catching, interesting, or funny, or whatsoever. In the end, it came to my mind like, well, if you do reactions to the Eurovision Song Contest in Switzerland, you should at least implement Switzerland, like the host. So here we are now. The name, I think, is of the woman. I think it was a female artist. I would pronounce Zoe Me, and the title is called Voyage. And I think that this year's Eurovision Song Contest is the Frenchiest ESC who has ever Frenched. We have so many French titles this year. Also there's a kind of Italian influence this year, but definitely French titles. Many French titles. I think there was one from the Netherlands. There was one from Luxembourg lately. Yeah, now we have Voyage. I don't know anything about the artist or the song. I will repeat myself. If you have seen my other reactions, I would just repeat myself for now, but I think it's important for the ones who see me for the first time, is that I go fully blind in these reactions, at least in this year's Eurovision Song Contest reactions, means I don't prepare myself. I'm not checking out the artist before. I'm not checking out the lyrics before, because I want my reaction video to be like a first impression, which means I'm watching the video, you see my first impressions, and you hear my first thoughts. Besides that, that doesn't mean that I am not interested. It means that I actually enjoy reading about it when you drop your informations in the comment sections. That's always like matter of giving and take here. But I love to learn more about the artist, but after a reaction. Also, I'm not like a professional musician, and I don't want to pretend like I'm doing a full song analysis or anything like this here. I am a music nerd who just enjoys music, and I want to do those first impressions on this channel. That's if you don't like that, feel free to check other channels out. If you can deal with that, you can feel free to stay here with me and go through the Eurovision Song Contest. Besides that, I'm also doing other music reactions to festival bands, pop music. We from Lady Gaga to deathcore, we have everything on this channel already. So yeah, but that's all I can say. So feel free to like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Give some love to the notification button as always, so we can grow this channel together. Feel free to follow me on social media. On Instagram, we have a playlist. On Spotify, we have a YouTube playlist of all my this year's Eurovision Song Contest reactions. You will find all the links down below in the comments or in the section down below. And of course, feel free to let me know if there is any other band, artist, or music video that you want me to react to, and drop your feedback in the comment sections if you have the time or if you want. So I always appreciate it. Enough blah blah. Let's just start with Switzerland, this year's ESC 2025 host. We see Zoime or Zoime. I actually don't know how you pronounce those two dots on the E. We don't have them in German. And her song Voyage.
Mes yeux condés découvrent le monde d'une façon naïve à faire confondre les démons de la nuit. Tu me balances des mots qui m'étouffent.
The color grading is already cinematic.
Je me couche couche près de toi ce soir.
Very beautiful.
Tu comprendras un jour que les fleurs sont plus belles quand tu les arroses. Tu m'as coupé tellement de fois. Si tu veux, je pars.
Very beautiful voice. Very angelic. Also, because of the color grading of the music video, like the bluish backgrounds and so on, obviously they put the spotlight on her and so on. It gives me huge Billie Eilish vibes, not lyrical vibes because I don't know what she is singing about, but from how she is dealing with her voice, like the very soft, angelic parts, especially also the very minimalistic music so far. It's like chanson, modern chanson, something like this. And sometimes I would put like Billie Eilish in the same section. I'm doing that's a great one because we did not see many of those ones this year, to be honest.
Si tu veux, je pars avec toi pour faire un voyage, faire un voyage, voyage, faire un voyage avec toi. Laisse-moi t'aimer, même si tu m'aimes pas. Je vais me noyer dans tes larmes. Je vais partager ton vague à l'âme. Tu me bouffes avec ton regard. Quoi qu'il advienne, je ne cesserai jamais de chanter pour toi. Tu comprendras un jour que les fleurs sont plus belles quand tu les
It's a very
arroses. Tu
creative and beautiful music video. I'm intrigued.
Si tu veux, je pars avec toi pour faire un voyage, voyage, faire un voyage avec toi. Faire un voyage, faire un voyage, faire un
Nice.
voyage.
Very theatrical,
Faire un voyage, faire un voyage.
dramatic.
Faire un voyage avec moi, avec moi. Si tu veux, je pars avec toi pour faire un voyage, faire un voyage, voyage, faire un voyage avec toi.
Wow. Wow, that was different. Kind of caught me. And I did not even understand the lyrics, but the melody writing of this song, I don't know what it is. If you know, let me know because I haven't figured it out yet. Sometimes it's just the structure of melodies that kind of get me emotional. I don't know how to explain that. You could sing about how tasteful your last barbecue was, but if the music has some certain notes and some certain melody writing, it gets me like a low-key emotional at some point. I was thinking about the music video here a lot. Very creative, beautifully done. I think we all had these moments in life when there was this one moment, especially with the older couple. I do remember a friend of mine, when we walked through the streets, she took notice of especially older couples and she kind of admired them for what they went through, which is funny because that's just things that we actually assume. Maybe they met on Tinder 5 minutes before, but you know what I mean? Seeing those old couples hand in hand is something that we admire nowadays, or many of us admire nowadays. And we might wonder like, will I ever live a similar life or something like this? Not knowing what life they lived. But we have this romantic ideals sometimes. This did kind of remind me of that. Also, the little girl, the cute little girl that was looking at her. I think it's also sometimes you see yourself in some kids that you see nowadays. Obviously, not exactly the same, but I don't know how to explain it. But it's like sometimes you think you see younger ones and you think like, oh my god, like, will you be prepared the same as I have been prepared for the rest of your life? What is your story? What is my story? Is it similar? Is it completely different? At the moment, there are just words dropping out from the brain to the mouth, but without any big connection. It's one of those music videos and one of those songs that are, I'm pretty sure, are very thoughtful and that are waking up some some parts of my brain that just wants to interpret more and more about it. I like the way they put always like her in the spotlight, but when the people passed her, there was always like a glance of them shining as well. So she was not in focus. She was obviously the protagonist of the music video, but there was definitely connections between her and the people. Sometimes they shared eye contact. Sometimes she saw herself in the little girl, or the little girl noticed her, or the older couple I already mentioned, for example. Like, so many different varieties of people as well. And if you know more about the story or about the song, mostly about the lyrics, for example, please feel free to let me know. I want to see if I'm getting into the right direction or if I am completely somewhere else at the moment. And so far, I would just say let's not talk too much. This is definitely one of the most beautiful, or yeah, definitely beautiful, and also most emotional songs of this year's Eurovision Song Contest, at least when it comes to my own music taste, let's say. I'm happy that I did not forget Switzerland a week before the Eurovision Song Contest starts. I wonder where they will end up, though. We have so many good ones, but from so many different ranges that sometimes it's difficult to predict what is like Europe's biggest trigger point at the moment. Is it the political circumstances? Is it the longing for some artistical progressive stuff, or is it the feeling of I just want to dance and forget everything else, or is it something like this that makes you think and that makes you emotional? I don't know. I love that the Eurovision Song Contest always offers all different ranges, and that's why I'm also always saying there are no losers in the Eurovision Song Contest. It's one of the biggest shows worldwide, such a huge stage and such a huge spotlight on every artist. Every artist who makes it to this show deserves to be there. We just have to observe and to decide what kind of music we want to be on number one. But for me, it's not about the competition, though. It's about the discovery, the learning, and so on. And that's all I want to say for now. Thank you very much for watching this one with me. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did as well. Always remember that music is beautiful, and so are you. See you in one of my next ones. Bye bye.